YouTube should be going. All right. I don't know the last member trades I reviewed, so I'm just going to start from trades posted last night and today. All right, so let me go through my trades. I'll go through Uranus's and Cam's as well. Okay, so last night, this is what I called out for weekly outlook. Expecting a gap up on metal products tonight and a gap down on indexes. We'll have a full video on my explanation for expectations for this week later tonight. Okay, we got that gap up on metals, gap down on indexes. NQ looks like it might trade back towards the gap. GC stalling a bit up here. It's hard to short this with that strong of a gap. Big buying effort, but not much reward. If sellers come in, it will be aggressive move to the downside. 4090 is where I would expect buyers to come back in. This is a gross profile. This was not very clean right at the reopen. This was at 720, looking at potential GC longs to 50-50 off the upper band. Trying it here. So I long this, can bring stop up to that new pivot. I closed this for the quick 10 points just to get my winning day in. Still looks good to push higher. We did. Manage risk, right at target, very clean trade. Start to the week. I'm not showing GC when there is a 10K buyer delta. Long here on GC, hopping off stream since I have a migraine, but going to hold this. Just got stopped right as I hopped off, and then gold dipping below value area low from the reopen. See if buyers step back in around 50-50. If not, could see a deeper pullback. Okay, so initially there was that buyer that stepped in at that 50-50 area. They tried to push it up, and then they failed. Sellers came back in, got that deeper pullback down to the 5,000 area. So I was kind of looking at the gold long I took earlier in the session that I got stopped out on. Where was that at? That was in here. So these sellers came in, they got absorbed, right, in this region. I longed this. We were up like 7 points on this. And then I adjusted my stop in. I got stopped out on that. I still like longs. We came down to that COMEX VWAP, bounced, and then headed to the upside. So that's what I was looking at. It's pretty much what I was looking for. These pullbacks on metals right now, guys, they're going to be really aggressive. So if you're trading gold or silver, just be aware that those pullbacks are going to be aggressive on both gold and silver. Like silver, this is a really aggressive pullback. I mean, from the highs, we're down 10% almost. So there is a lot of volatility in these metal products. I do kind of expect this trend to continue, but these pullbacks can shake out weekend buyers, people who chased it. Just be aware that they are aggressive. Okay, guys? So I also took silver longs last night on some of you guys might have seen my Instagram story. Well, I longed silver right after we had this push through VWAP, and gold was really strong. So I longed this in here in this area, and I just held it up to these highs, and then I got out of it. But yeah, so be aware of these pullbacks. They're going to be violent, where like this sell-off is crazy. Just be cautious on that. Okay, so Uranus, let's see. I don't know the last trade I reviewed for Uranus. Okay. Took this one from VWAP to upper band, wanted to hold higher but got bored. Okay. So we longed this at VWAP. So we pushed above VWAP. Sellers try to bring us back below. They fail. Buyers push us back above. We just longed that off that strength. Took it to the upper band. I like that. That's clean. This is in the New York session, early AM session. I think I took a similar trade to that. Took this one on open for 1 mini after we formed base, exited when there was some CVD divergence at the top. Okay, so this was, I don't know what time this is at. Okay, this was at the reopen. We had a gap down on the reopen and just pulled it off right when you got that CVD divergence. Okay, I like that. Your reference candle. Yeah, no, that is proper. Took this one on main account after VWAP bans. Low-key just held onto it, but can never say no to money. Okay, so this, you push up, came back down to VWAP, retested it, immediately get buyers in there, longed it. I like that as well. Paper handed out on other accounts though. I mean, I think this is a good trade. We got 20 points out of it, so we're just getting some scalps in here. Nvidia calls, this is nice. Couldn't sleep because the sore throat and Monkey 2 accounts going for true day in London session. Yeah, I wouldn't really, yeah, we can't be trading like this, Uranus. Like, we can't be up trading late. We're probably not thinking straight. This is clean though. This is extremely clean. This, I'm assuming this was at the reopen. Yeah. This is the same trade I took on Friday. So exact same trade, and then you got another on ES when we dipped to VWAP. Took this off New York VWAP and 0.5 from last pivot, just going for upper band. Okay. Yeah, this was really choppy. This was later in the session. I wouldn't have traded this. This is too choppy. This is too choppy unless you get in right at the 0.5. Like, this is really weak. Took a loss initially to short at the 0.5 from Friday's high to today's low. Got stopped in flip bias after sellers struggling to hold it down. 382 VWAP bounce. Took a long 20-point risk. Stop below 0.5. TP'd at 70 points. Wanted gap fill, but just need to focus on winning days. Yep. Okay. Stats for XFA. Okay. Probably try to bump this RR a little bit, but win rate's fine. Win rate's good. Profit factor's clean. Clean 618 bounce to the highs. Yeah. That's clean. Am I going to Sweden? Maybe. Okay, let's check Cam out. Cam's been alerting a lot. Paper Jerry, just to show you how I would play this, stop at IB high, only targeting 1 to 1R. If I see momentum to the downside, I would expand TP and set stop to break even. Okay. Yeah, I like this. This was the day we didn't break the IB. Nice little 30 points. Yeah, that was clean. Like, NQ longs here right at the IB midpoint. Looks like sellers can't push us lower on 100 tick chart. I don't personally use the 100 tick chart, but yeah, I'd say you should have a stop in here. Stopped initially, there's nice some momentum can sustain. Again, this was paper trade. You can see microstructure price as well. Okay. Yeah, I know, Cam, you like to use this tick chart. No, these are nice, bro. Most of the trades you've taken, Cam, are nice. Staying right at New York PM demand, looking to take this back to Globex Open. Scaling one con here out and expanding TP to 650. This has legs, stop break even. Trailing aggressive. Okay, I like the trail on this. I like that we expanded TP out. Stopped and locked out, and the week on the good note. Okay, I approve of that. Right, POC from Trump pump and holding session view up. I like longs here to high of day. Okay. Took on the combine. Entry was a little late because I'm at work, but would probably go break even here. Yeah, this is when the PA got garbage, bro. Closed out for a loss, PM consolidation. Yeah. Outlook for Sunday. Okay. Wait for one side of IB to break, then find retrace. NQ is at top of range, less resistance, right below value area, high in QC. Okay. Headlines are risks. Yep. All that looks good to me. Buyers selling at the top of this gap would look for lowest short to view up. With stop here at session highs. This was really clean. This was a good call out. This worked out well. It didn't get all the way down to view up, but this printed for like 40 points. Trying to short here at previous resistance. NQ looks strong, but this is relatively low risk. Yeah, this is a little bit higher risk of a play. Not higher risk, but yeah, NQ was just pumping today, and it didn't start selling off till you got into this. I think the short idea makes sense. It's just it didn't play out until you were up, like you stalled out up here, and you have a CVD divergence here as well. So this didn't play out till the PM session. I know Jaren took this same trade. I like the short idea. It's just it took a while to play out. Okay, cool. Let's go through trade review. All right, so I'm just gonna go through what today's and Friday's. I'll go through Fridays because there's not too much in here. Okay. Okay. Asia trade was bullish, took longs off the 1 hour 45 minute IB mixed with fibs and VWAP, holding above value area high, anchored from last session, got trailed out, blue line. Okay, I like this long right at VWAP. I like where your stop's at. I think the trail's appropriate. You know, we got, what, 30 points out of this? Almost 40. So, this is clean. Before open, okay, this volume profile is correct. We held into value area low of the range, also VWAP band of yesterday. Today we gapped down, but had a nice push, and I got back in on the VWAP retracement. Closed a POC of the range for 70 points, scaled one out for 40 points. Okay, that's also clean. Good entry on this. Yeah, this is similar trade to what Uranus took. I like the scale up at these highs from before that drop, and then just taking it off at that POC. XFA. Trade 1, MGC 10 micros, price was ranging, was hoping to short down to lower band from VWAP. Looking back at this, didn't even look like my kind of setup. Have been trying to use the 1 minute time frame more, as I've been missing setups with quick reversals on the 5 minute time frame. Great on either. I had a bad entry, went too heavy, even though the setup didn't look great. Okay, so we should probably just have not taken that trade. Trade 2, price was in downtrend in London session, was hoping to catch a scalp from lower band to second band. Size down, but entered in the middle of the range because I was afraid I missed the move, but price retraced immediately. What should have been 5 to 7 point loss was 15 points. Oh, and the R was horrendous. Okay. Yeah, big drawdown day. Okay, yeah, we're right in the middle like this. So we shorted right at V, like we just tried to push through VWAP and you get a wick out of it. We shouldn't be shorting here. We should be shorting up here at this VWAP band. And then here, we're short. Okay, so here, you try to reclaim above this lower band. Price pushes back down, and now it's making the attempt to push through this again. So we shouldn't be shorting this after buyers have shown interest to push us back above that lower band. And it's most likely going to go back to VWAP. So this should be longs here, bro. This should be longs. This shouldn't be shorts. This is just a bad read. Where here, like we've hit this second standard deviation band. We know we're going to come back to VWAP at some point. This is the push back up. This initial push fails, right? Buyers hold it, and then this is them pushing it back towards VWAP again. So just a misread. Low funded today, minus 1200 feel empty. First chart off VWAP value area high, CVD divergence, volume profile marked out, and trap buyers got stopped in profit for $200. Tried to short once again once we trapped a buyer. Top, tried to take it to London low and saw aggressive sellers come in, stopped, minus 400, tried it one more time since we had a lot of buy volume come in and no follow through. Aggressive seller came in, same level, stopped, minus 500. I wait and I see buyers pick up control, retrace to POC and sellers fail. Aggressive buying comes in and I take a long, stopped, minus 500, 450. This is where I blow the accounts. Trade still looks good to re-enter. Doesn't let me after stopping me out by 2 ticks. That's the trade that plays out. Feels sick and empty in my stomach right now. Okay. By location on second trade, but not sure what else. Okay. So this first one's fine. The location on this is fine. The second one, yeah, bad location. Like we're chasing this down. If we're I don't get why we got stopped on this first one. I don't get why we got stopped on this first one unless price comes up back to here. Like you didn't give the market enough time to play out. That first one's fine. This one, again, it's chase. We're chasing. You should see more aggression here. You have this big seller come in. You have all these big sellers here, and you're not selling down. So yeah, this is just chase, bro. We're just chasing. And then, yeah, all of these are chases, bro. All of these are chases. Besides, even this last one's kind of a chase. But you have more big buyers coming in. So yeah, it's just the location's off and we're just chasing price. Okay, this first one, yeah, we chase after this big candle. That's fine. Like this one's not too bad. You're also right at VWAP. It just shoved through VWAP. Comes down to that standard deviation band. You get trailed out. Then we re-enter. If we're getting trailed out here, why are we re-entering lower? That doesn't make any sense. The standard deviation band holds. So then it comes back up, shows resistance. If I'm trying to short this, I want to be in up here, bro. I don't want to be in down here. I don't want to be in down at this low. I want to be in I want to be in above VWAP. I want to be in above VWAP. Then we chase this. It holds this standard deviation band, runs through us, runs through VWAP. Then you get that strong push through VWAP. So, yeah, and then when we're longing up here, we should be long off the standard deviation band once it's pushed through that with strength. So these are chases, bro. First trade loss, minus 260 on Combine. I saw a huge buyer getting trapped up top, and we were ranging, so the idea was that failed breakout. Saw seller showing creating an effort zone. Also, was this Friday? Yeah, this was Friday. This is right at the reopen, bro. This is right at the reopen. Okay, so like you're trading right at New York Open. Hey, you're trading right at New York Open. You haven't let price develop. I took the long here just for True Day. Like if True Day doesn't sweep in London, you shouldn't be trying to short this. Like we're trading right at the New York Open on the 1 minute chart. Of course it's going to be volatile. Of course it's going to come and stop us out. Yeah, so this looks to me like we're chasing price and we're trading just because it's New York Open, right? This is the first candle of New York Open. We enter 2 minutes after New York opens. Stop trading right at New York Open. Let price do its thing. Right? Let price level out a bit. Like this was all chop. We had PMI news at 9:45, and then we had consumer sentiment at 10. You're trading the open when there's news 15 minutes after open. It doesn't make any fucking sense, right? Like unless you get a pre-market entry at a good location, it doesn't make any sense. Also, like if I'm looking at NASDAQ, if I'm looking at NQ here on Friday, we'll look at the volume profile for the last few days on Friday. We're right at a value area low. This is where there was a bunch of seller absorption in here. Then I went and checked what happened in London. There was a bunch of exhaustion in here. What else? We have True Day above us that we haven't swept in London. So why should I be trying to short this when I know that's got a high probability to hit? Until it gives me confirmation that it's going to sell off, I should not be trading against that True Day. It just doesn't make any sense. Like our bias was completely off. Yeah, we come up to VWAP and we wick it. And there's absorption up there. Unless you're getting filled right at this top, right at VWAP, that short doesn't make sense in my eyes. And it should just be for a quick scalp, but it's like right when New York opens up and it's choppy. That's why I say stay off the fucking 1 minute, bro. Like if you're sitting on the fucking 1 minute, of course you're going to be able to fucking find a trade in here. Of course you're going to be able to find a trade in here. But if you look at the 5 minute, it's just, there's wicks on both sides and it's full bodies on both sides. Like, it's impossible to fucking read it on, like if I'm reading this on the 1 minute, yeah, this looks good on the 1 minute while the candle's fucking printing, but if I'm on the 5 minute and I'm staring at this looks like fucking AIDS, bro. Like what the fuck are we doing? You know? Get off the fucking 1 minute. I've been saying it for so long, bro. Get off the fucking 1 minute, please. Adrian, first loss. Minus 260 on Combine. Saw a huge buyer getting trapped up top. We were ranging on the idea, so the idea was failed breakout, saw sellers creating an effort zone, and they started to come in, but instead we did a VWAP retest, so should have kept that in mind. Also forgot to watch the weekly profile where we tapped value area high outside the value area and wanted to find higher prices, so I partially didn't go through my checklist. Okay, so first off, we just didn't run through our pre-market checklist, like what we want to see in the market, so need to do that. Second trade I took on demo because I wanted to take a small losing day today, which is okay to me. The demo trade ended up working out. I knew we were in an existing uptrend and wanted to find a good place to long. When we came into POC, upper VWAP band, saw huge sellers getting trapped immediately, hopped in a long looking for higher prices, which we found. But took it after seeing many buyers getting no follow through, and we were at the top of the range and don't want to hope for breakouts anymore. So I took it off, but ended up paying my TP. Okay, so this first short, right? This first short, you have this absorption back here. Again, this is also on the 1 minute. Get off the fucking 1 minute, guys. Get off the fucking 1 minute. I like that you took a losing day and you were okay with it. Go through the checklist as well. Right. We also didn't sweep True Day, and in London. So, okay, so this pushes up. You know, I understand the short. I understand the short, but it's like if you look at the higher time frames, the short doesn't make sense in my eyes. This long, I do like this long, but we closed it because we don't want to trade breakouts. The market, like, we only want to trade ranges. Is that what we're saying? The market conditions, like, if you're trading breakout conditions, like, you just have to be aware. There's different. The market's going to go through a bunch of different conditions. Breakout is one of them. We should be able to trade it. Your trade ended up hitting. We should be confident in it. So, yeah. You know, I like that you took the losing day and just kind of respected it. But, yeah, we should be able to take breakout trades, which, you know, this, like, you're not seeing a ton of buyers in here. Like, there's no, like, buyer invalidation in here. There's seller absorption. There's a lot of absorption of sellers in here. And then you long it, right? And you get more and more buyers piling in, and the market goes higher. So, yeah, I think the paper trade's clean. Position 1 value area low, 2 previous day open range. Position 2 current day range, 618 to final 618 extension. Okay. So we longed this. This is on 5 minute. Okay, so this is the retest. I believe there was view up sitting in here as well. I think this is Henkin Aishi candles. Or is this just standard candles? No, this is just standard candles. Yeah, so this first trade, just continuation of trend. I had this big impulse on the 5 minute, and we get this little base form. If you got this execution, this is a really clean trade. The second one, you get that retrace of the IB, come back into it, long it there. Yeah, I like this long. This is just a pretty straightforward IB retrace. I don't know what any of the lines are, bro. AP, okay. Market retrace to 618 value area low, dip below. Overnight view up and 820 view up. Following this, we immediately started rejecting to the upside and came buyers in control. I waited for 5 minute close and entered off that with stops at the bottom of the candle. IB stats and mines, 84% single break, 78% chance we break the high. TP was at 2R, which lined up with the value area high in 0.6 of the 820. Risk 4 micros 400, then fell back asleep after TP hit. Okay, this is clean. So, your first IB is that COMEX IB. Okay, you already broke the high here. We should hold this low. You form this pivot right at the reopen. You get this confirmation that we're holding above that COMEX view up and that overnight view up. You enter longs and you just target an extension level. I think this is a pretty straightforward, good trade. Like you got a clean entry on this as well. Like you're pretty much right at that overnight view up. I think this is an excellent trade, bro. And then we just fell asleep after. Took our winning day, called it. This is a good trade, AP. GC earlier today, trend is very strong. I had aggressive buying. IB broke on GC, price tested IB high as well. As first standard deviation band of VWAP, you once said first standard deviation band is good as support on strong trend day, so I took that advice. Not sure why I didn't target out further extensions. That would be my mistake on this trade, but it's still a W. Okay, yeah. So we get this strong push through this first standard deviation band. That first standard deviation band is more so. You want to use this as an entry condition when we've been holding above it. We haven't held above this yet, so like I might not necessarily take this trade. I would take this one over here though, because we've held above it now. So here you don't know if this is going to hold or not. This might push past and then reject like it's done previously. So that's where I would err some caution. Yeah, you should also take this to that second band all the way, and potentially even past that given the momentum. Day 2 out of 30, trade my first trade, was aiming for 15 points. It hit 14.93. Did mess my mental up really bad. Buddy. Your goal is 15 points. You get to 14.93 and you're not happy with it? What the fuck is this, bro? Like, maybe I'm just on one today, bro. But, bro, like, if you're shooting for 15 points and you get 14.93, you got 99 0.5% of your target and you're pissed off? What the fuck, bro? Just because it's not an even fucking 15? This is the most fucking retarded shit I think I've heard. I didn't get my what? I was 0.07 off, bro. Like, dude, if you get 80% of this target, if you're shooting for 15 and you get 12, I'd be happy with that. If you're shooting for 15 and you get 13, I'd be very happy with that. You know? Like, this is fucking bullshit. This is bullshit to, like, go on till over 0.07. How much money is that? What? Fucking $10, bro? It did mess with my mental really bad. I opened another trade, 10 seconds past stop loss. I opened another one without paying that much attention. It was the same amount of orders resting there. My thought was that it will bounce back, but apparently it didn't. I refused to be wrong, so I kept the trade going until I lost a lot of money, breaking all my rules, very high amounts of contracts before loss. Almost ruined my account. Then I got back to trade one lots, trying to get my money back. Still a huge loss day. It happens, but... This is fucking stupid, bro. This is fucking stupid. This is stupid. I have no comments other than this is just so fucking stupid. Like, why is your trail not tight? Why is your trail not tighter than that? I'm sure a lot of you guys have done this where it's like, it's so close to your TP. It's so close to your TP. And you don't bring the trail up. You're 1 point, 2 points off your TP, and you refuse to bring the trail up. You leave it in fucking drawdown, or you leave it at fucking break even, and then it comes all the way down, stops you in break even, and then you get fucking pissed. I'm sure this has happened to a lot of you, not just fucking Rotska. This has happened to me too. But like, I don't know the last time this happened to me. I can't tell you like the last time this happened to me. It's been a while. But like, if you like, I'm sure a lot of you guys have experience with this, where you just get into fucking rage trading, bro. Like, but it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. You need to cut it out. Especially even this, like, you have a great entry on this. You're in at, what, 49.55 about? You get stopped for 5 points. So you're not risking, I tell this to the fucking mentorship students. If you're in a heavy momentum trade, and let's say your target's 15 points, and you're up 12, and your stop is 5 points in profit, you're risking 7 points for 3 now. Your RR doesn't make sense anymore. Think about your trail in terms of your TP as well. Like, if I'm up 12 points, and my trail is 5 points in profit, I'm risking 7 points to make 3. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Sometimes, yeah, like, trails will be tight. Sometimes you need the market to give you some room. But, like, this doesn't make any sense, bro. You also usually go for 10 points. Why are we going for 15 now? You always come in here in the Discord, you're like, I just go for my 10 points. And now you go for 15, and then you don't hit it, and you fucking crash out. It's fucking bullshit. Took on Friday practice, 123. MGC, 5 micro short analysis, 1 hour, 15 minute, 5 minute, entry on 2 minute, stops at 49.61.1, full TP. Trim 2 at 13.5, 2 at 25, final 1 micro, exit at 45 points. Trail stop stage pivot on 5 minute chart, original TP was slightly lower at 4,900, but raised it up. Okay, no, I like this, especially when we've been trading above VWAP for a while. Is this, actually no. What date is this? This is 23rd. Okay, this is here. So we've been trading in this range. We keep rejecting the second standard deviation band. Also these 60s. These 60s, upper 60s are just holding as resistance. Start to break down, start to consolidate, and then start to flush lower. Where do we get our entry at? Yeah, okay. So we see that big rejection candle. This is your momentum starting to pick up. We enter there. I like the entry. I like where your stop is. I tighten this up as this, especially as this massive candle comes out. I like that you scaled on this candle as it was printing, and then you held. So you scaled to. I think you scaled to a little early at 49.33. Okay, wait. This is the 15-minute. Let me check on the 5. So you scaled at 33. Okay, so you scaled as this candle's printing. Instead of scaling, I just tighten the stop. I just tighten the stop to that strong candle. When these metals sell, bro, they fucking sell hard. I do think you should, like, after this candle prints, right, you should be scaling out, which is what you did. I just think 2 of those you took off a little bit too early. And then you held that last one. So I think this first scale is a little early. That second scale is totally appropriate. And then holding that last one for 4,900, clean. I think this is super clean trade, bro. I just think the first scale was a little early. Yeah, I mean, like, this is still an excellent trade, bro. I wouldn't be mad about scaling at 15 points or 13 points. Like, this is a good trade. This is a great trade. It's just when you see that momentum, like, tighten the stop up, let that 5-minute print fully, or, like, if you see a wick starting to form, then yeah, the scale makes sense. But when you start to get this hard rejection, like, if you go on the 1 minute, like, this is strong even on the 1 minute. So I guess we scaled here. So you might have seen a wick starting to form, scaled out there, and then it keeps dumping. But yeah, no, this is a great trade, bro. Excellent trade. Tapped in previous area where sellers got absorbed in London, tried to take London low pre-market, but got exhaustion. With heavy bullish CVD, all the delta was bullish, but I can't lie, I wanted to wait on my hands for either sellers to come in to enter, for us to reward buyers, then enter. So I was waiting for them to get rewarded with bullish imbalances, and power trades entries was on POC and VWAP tap and previous balance of the volume profile, where we had a 15-minute imbalance that ran and tapped into a FA. Lower time frame, we had delta flip, ran a sell imbalance entry. It was bullish imbalance. Okay. Yeah, so this, pre-market, good analysis on the pre-market. This is the same trade I took on stream. You just waited for us to start to break out of this consolidation area, right? You have this breakout, then you wick down to that VWAP. That's where you entered. Great entry on this. Great entry off that wick. This management should be a little tighter. Okay, as you're getting close to your TB, this is the same thing I was just talking about. Okay, we're up. What? We're up 70 points almost, and we have our stop and profit 7 points. So here, like, our R doesn't make sense, right? So I trail this a little bit tighter. That's what I would say here. This is a good trade though. Good identification. Good job waiting for that consolidation to shake out a little bit. But yeah. Is Zeke trolling right now? Zeke loves to troll. Caught this clean Solana sell. I'm not gonna review a Solana trade. I'm sorry, I don't trade crypto. Okay, but GC, I'll review this. What is this? I don't know if this is probably paper. If you're not showing an account, we're short from. Well, we're short from 5,100. Okay, this was today. This was in Asia, yeah. So we pushed up to the second standard deviation band, hit that 5,100 level, started to reject, sell down. The management's good on this. I just don't know if this is paper. I'm assuming it's paper. But yeah. Luke, MGC paper. 6,400, 15 micro scaled in. Confluence, heavy bullish trend. Session low volume node, VWAP, 618, price holding. Absorption by large buyer. Price pushed through VWAP and tried to sell into low time frame low volume node, which was at VWAP. Also being defended by a past buyer. Price sold into it and immediately reversed with buyer stepping in. Fuck. I'm not gonna be able to get through all this, guys. I have to leave at 5. I have to leave at 5. I've got 15 minutes, so I need to go get ready. So I'll finish this up. I'll finish this up tomorrow, but I stopped at Luke, so I'll do this tomorrow. I'll run through it tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna very quickly run through my expectations for price and some levels. Okay, so GC, we're right at 5,000. I'd see if this holds here. This has now come down and filled this gap out a little bit. I want to see if this high volume node down in like the 4980s holds. If this doesn't hold, I would expect the sell-off to be deeper. I'm still bullish on metals. It's just this rebalance needed to happen. And then silver, same deal. This rebalance needed to happen. We're right at this value area low for the last few days. I want to see this high volume node hold. Okay. If we can't push back above 107, then I'm going to start to lean towards the downside. And then NQ, we haven't been able to break 900. If we lose 100, if we lose this 100 level, then I'm going to flip to bearish. And if we can't push above 107, I'm going to be bearish. Yeah, I'll finish trade review tomorrow. I'll do a full trade review. I'll also be on for Asia tomorrow. I won't be on tonight. Okay, so I won't be staring at the market till like probably 9, 10 p.m. Okay. All right, we'll see y'all later.